Tonight, we're exploring 10 ancient things discovered beneath the ice that shocked the world. Number 10. Ancient Viking weapons high in the frozen mountains of Norway. Melting glaciers revealed something nobody ever expected to see again. Ancient Viking weapons, arrows, spears, broken shields, leather equipment. Some of them were more than 1,000 years old. For centuries, they remained trapped beneath solid ice, perfectly preserved by freezing temperatures. Researchers believe many of these objects belonged to hunters and travelers who crossed dangerous mountain routes during the Viking Age. And what makes it even stranger, some arrows still look sharp enough to use. Imagine walking through melting snow and suddenly discovering a weapon last touched by a Viking warrior over 1,000 years ago. It feels less like archaeology and more like the past refusing to stay buried. Number 9. Frozen ancient footprints. In several icy regions around the world, scientists discovered something deeply unsettling. Human footprints, not statues, not bones. Actual footprints pressed into ancient frozen ground thousands of years ago. Some belong to adults, others to children. For a moment, it becomes almost impossible not to picture them alive, walking across frozen land, completely unaware that their footprints would survive longer than entire civilizations. One set of tracks discovered in North America is believed to be more than 20,000 years old. That means long before modern cities existed, humans were already crossing dangerous frozen landscapes with almost nothing to protect them. And somehow, the Earth remembered every step. Number 8. Lost World War II aircraft. During World War II, several aircraft disappeared while flying across freezing regions covered in snow and glaciers. For decades, nobody knew where they went. Then the ice started melting. Slowly, pieces of old planes began appearing beneath glaciers. Wings, engines, and metal frames frozen in time. Some aircraft were discovered with personal belongings still inside. Helmets, equipment, even supplies untouched for decades. One crash site looked so perfectly preserved, it felt as though the crew had vanished only days earlier instead of generations ago. The cold had stopped time itself. Number 7. Prehistoric plants that return to life. This discovery sounds almost impossible. Scientists recovered ancient plants and seeds trapped beneath frozen ground for thousands of years. And somehow, some of them came back to life. Inside laboratories, researchers managed to regrow plants from prehistoric material buried in Siberian ice for more than 30,000 years. 30,000 years. That means these plants existed during the Ice Age, alongside creatures humans now only know from fossils. For decades, scientists believed frozen organisms would eventually die forever. But these discoveries proved something terrifying. Sometimes, life waits, silent, frozen, dormant, until the ice finally releases it. Number 6. Frozen cave. Predators. Deep inside the frozen regions of Siberia, researchers uncovered the remains of ancient predators hidden beneath the ice. But these weren't ordinary animals. They were cave lions and Ice Age wolves. Some were so well preserved that fur, claws, and teeth were still clearly visible. One frozen lion cub looked as though it had died only weeks earlier. Except, it had actually been dead for tens of thousands of years. That's the horrifying power of ice. It doesn't just hide things. It preserves them almost perfectly. Looking into the face of a predator from the Ice Age feels wrong somehow, like staring directly into another world that should have disappeared forever. Cave lion. Number 5. Ancient warriors frozen in mountains. Throughout history, soldiers crossed deadly frozen mountain routes during wars and invasions. Many never returned, but the ice kept them. Over time, melting glaciers began revealing ancient human remains, still wearing pieces of clothing, armor, and equipment. Some bodies were naturally mummified by the freezing temperatures. Their skin survived, their hair survived. Even their facial features remained visible. Imagine discovering the face of someone who died in battle hundreds, or even thousands, of years ago, still staring back through the ice. It's one of the closest things to time travel humanity has ever witnessed. Number 4. The frozen steppe bison. One of the most shocking Ice Age discoveries was the frozen steppe bison. Unlike fossils, these animals were discovered with actual skin and flesh still attached. Scientists were able to study muscles, organs, and fur from creatures that lived more than 30,000 years ago. And honestly, they looked terrifying. Massive horns, thick bodies, dark, frozen eyes. Seeing one preserved in ice suddenly makes the Ice Age feel real. Not ancient history, not mythology. Real living creatures that once walked across the frozen earth beside early humans. Number 3. Ancient viruses hidden in ice. Now, this discovery may be the most disturbing of all. Scientists studying frozen Siberian soil discovered ancient viruses trapped beneath the ice for thousands of years. And unbelievably, some were still active. Researchers managed to revive microscopic organisms that had remained frozen since prehistoric times. That means the ice isn't only preserving dead creatures. It may also be preserving ancient diseases humanity has never encountered before. As glaciers continue melting, scientists worry that more unknown organisms could emerge from deep, frozen layers beneath the Earth. Things completely untouched by the modern world. And honestly, that sounds less like science fiction and more like the beginning of a horror movie. Number 2. Woolly mammoths preserved in ice. Few discoveries are more famous than the woolly mammoth. Gigantic Ice Age creatures covered in thick fur, roaming frozen landscapes thousands of years ago. Several mammoths discovered in Siberia were so perfectly preserved that scientists could still examine their skin, muscles, and even stomach contents. Some still had fur hanging from their bodies. Others had visible tusks stretching outward from frozen faces locked in time. Imagine standing in front of a creature that has been extinct for thousands of years, yet still looks almost alive. It's both fascinating and deeply unsettling, because for a moment, it feels like extinction never fully happened. Woolly mammoth number 1. Ötzi the Iceman. And finally, the most terrifying discovery ever found beneath the ice. In 1991, hikers crossing the Alps discovered what they believed was the body of a recently deceased climber. But they were horribly wrong. The body belonged to a man who had died more than 5,300 years ago. Known today as Ötzi the Iceman, his frozen body became one of the best preserved ancient humans ever discovered. His clothes survived. His weapons survived. Even the tattoos on his skin remained visible. Scientists studied his final moments and uncovered something chilling. Ötzi may have been murdered before collapsing into the ice for more than 5,000 years. The mountains kept his secret frozen beneath the snow until the ice finally gave him back. Discovery of Ötzi, the Iceman. The deeper scientists explore melting ice, the stranger these discoveries become. Because every glacier holds pieces of a forgotten world, and sometimes those pieces were never meant to return.